Hey guys, good morning everyone. Just got this camera today. Oh, look at that, I can actually see myself. Oh, that looks a little bit better, a lot easier to walk and talk. Just a quick vid this morning. I'm stepping the hole as I'm doing it. This is one of those days where we get up and we talk about, when you've just got to get up out of your bed and do it. I'm Ian, by the way. So if you like and subscribe my channel, subscribe to it, hit the like button, notification button as well, and we'll get on with it. So for the last week and a half, my last video I put up was in the morning I had to go to the physio, and had to speak to the physio, and again, all those sort of spasmy things at the back door and everything's playing up a bit, so just got to get on with that. But she was quite happy to come on board one day and have a talk with us, which is awesome. That's going to be really good. So we can find out some information from a physio perspective. And I'm pretty sure she won't mind me saying her husband is also involved in pain management as well. And she said, he'd probably be quite happy to talk to us too. So that's great. We're going to have a couple of medical professionals on pretty soon and have a chat. I've also found out that she knows a lady who's in charge of the pain management centres, or pain management, something like that, of the Gold Coast. So I will give that lady a ring and see if we can perhaps have a chat to her one day. That'd be awesome as well. But anyway, so one of those days where today I've been sore. I haven't not been sore for the last nearly 2 weeks, but I still haven't jumped onto the meds, which is one thing we will try and avoid. Go on. So staying off the meds is my priority. If I can stay off them, I will stay off them. I'm on my new camera today, so just give me a chance to work this thing out properly. Can't believe how bloody sunny it is this morning. Again, we're here. G'day, mate. Here in the Gold Coast. Winter, eh? Don't know if you can see all that behind me there, but we'll turn around here a bit and show you sort of how calm it is. So that water's pretty flat, eh? It's almost like it's a summer morning, to be honest, but never mind. So getting up out of bed this morning, I laid there, and I really did lay there for a while, and I thought, am I going to, am I not going to, am I going to, am I not going to? And my wife just subtly reminded me of the 5-second rule, which is a book by a lady called Mel Robbins, who had some issues and problems, and she decided that you just have to start doing it. So she started the 5-second rule. You think about it: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your brain shuts it off. If you don't, your brain's designed to stop doing things. Hey, puppy, a beautiful Labrador sitting there. Anyway, so if it's a really good read. I haven't read the book, but I've been watching some of the videos that my wife watches from Mel Robbins, and I've seen a couple of interviews from her, and sort of very intelligent and knows what she's talking about. And this 5-second rule, I can see where it comes from. So a bit of a read that everyone might want to have a look at if you can. Just have a look at her online and have a listen to what she's got to say. It doesn't necessarily talk about pain or anything like that, but it does talk about the fact that if you what's the word for it? I can't even think of the word for it. It's too early in the bloody morning. It's not even 7 o'clock yet on Sunday morning. But if you contemplate doing something and you don't actually do it, your body will just turn around and kill the idea within that sort of five sort of second time, and then you just won't do it. I'm going to do this. I'll do it later. And that's what happens. So that's what the 5-second rule is kind of all about. But yeah, sort of certainly a very interesting book if you want to have a read of that, I'm sure. Your grip runners. Morning. Must be a running grip down here again today. Okay, so yeah, getting back to it, I got up this morning. Wasn't going to do it. But then I thought, well, I've got the new lens for the camera, which looks pretty good. Apart from me sort of wobbling as I'm trying to hold it. Again, we'll swap over sides again now. G'day mate, how you going?
Hello.
Yeah, we checked the new lens and they come down. That's mainly why I came down this morning. I normally like to have one day off, but it was a pretty easy walk yesterday. So, as I say, I got up. Morning. I got up and I thought, right, I've just got to get down and do it. So I'm not walking at any great pace. I don't even know if I'll do a full lap. But it's just to sort of get across it. There is days where you just don't really want to. And they're the days when it's probably more important to get up and do something. Again, as I said, for about 2 weeks I've been sore. But I've still been lucky enough to not have any pain meds. Actually, I lie. I did have some pain meds just for one day. I took my nighttime dose just before I went to bed. And I came down here in the morning and did a walk around the lake. I was going to do 2 laps, but as the meds kicked in, I could really only sort of finish one. So yeah, that's part of the reason why I try not to take them if I can help it. Morning.
How you going?
Good, thanks, mate. So, but as I was walking around, yes, I think you'll know sometimes when you're in pain meds, you get like these waves of them coming in, and halfway through some of those waves, you can just end up really zoning out, and yeah, that kind of happened to me during the walk, and I forgot where I was for a little while, sort of walking around, and by the end of it, I felt like I was going to die, and it was only a 4K walk. I got a bit trashed as I was walking and so dehydrated. Morning. And yeah. Sorry guys, I've just been... I know it's something you don't necessarily like seeing, but for those who do, you know, look how calm that water is, man. That's insanely calm. I'm going to get a big flash of light in a sec. Yeah, wow, that's cool. That's cool. Oh, geez, if I walk around anymore like that, I'll fall over myself and be dizzy. So yeah, so by the end of my walk that day, I was really dehydrated, and then I got back to the car, and it just felt really weird. So maybe that's a bit of a hint I haven't really thought about before, is that when I'm on my pain meds, it's probably better just to sit down and not do anything. Because I did feel a bit weird. Morning. And what else has happened? Like, hasn't been a huge week. We did our Gold Coast Men's Walk and Talk yesterday, which was good. We wandered around, and I spoke to another gentleman. We had quite a few good laughs as we were walking around, which was really good. Sort of just walking around the lake with that and finding out a bit more information. There you go, guys. But yeah, apart from that, there hasn't been a huge amount happening. This is mainly just a quick video to sort of check out the lens, see how it goes on walking, see if it stays a bit more stable than the old one. Kind of looks like it is. Morning. And yeah, so we've actually, I've got 3 videos up now. I will be putting some more up a bit later. I'm just going to try to space them out a little bit. So we've got coming on board. We've got a physiotherapist and her partner. I'm not sure what side of pain management he's involved in, but he's involved with pain management. So it will be very interesting to find out with them. I actually didn't end up doing gym exercises the other day. We got there and she's just sort of said, no, yeah, nothing's working properly there at the moment, so we'll avoid that like the plague just for the moment. Yeah. So it's really peaceful down here today. we've had a few days of rain here on the Gold Coast. I think most of Australia, most of the east coast of Australia is having a few days of rain, but it's nice to get out and have a walk, or just have a bit of exercise. Just get out the house when you've got a bit of pain happening. Sometimes you don't want to, but sort of get up and do it, get out and just enjoy the sounds and that. If you can get away to like a little park like this, a little 4K walk with some water and that around you, that's just really relaxing. I find it very, very relaxing, actually. It's just sometimes I just don't really. I think sometimes we just forget that nature can relax you. We're sort of used to the hustle and bustle of work life, city life. Busting your ass to make your income, that we sometimes forget. Morning. We sometimes forget to, what was the old saying, just sit back and smell the roses, sort of thing. And that's what it's a bit like here. I mean, the park's not really, it's not out in the sticks, it's just some houses just over there. There's a river just there. But just up at the top of the park up here, it's the M1 motorway. Part of the Pacific motorway around Australia. So it's a fairly busy roadway most times, but when you're down at the bottom, it's actually really quite nice. You can kind of forget you're so close to it. So, yeah, I'm having to swap arms a lot today, guys. It's and girls, of course. Sort of the pain today is sort of right down through the middle of the spine. It's radiating down both legs. So I think the old, g'day mate. I think the old sciatica is going to kick in really soon again, and it's also through my neck, so I'm struggling to hold this little camera. And that's what happens some days. You're going to feel fantastic some days, you're going to feel crap some days, and it's the crappy days that really want you to focus on. The crappy days are the ones where you'll just want to sit back and veg and take your pills, and that's fine if you have to, but really try not to is even a better thing if you can. Morning. So I could have got up this morning and popped a couple of pills quite easy, but I won't. I'll play the day out, see how it goes, and quite often when I do that, I'll kind of forget to take them, and then it's actually really, because I forget to take them, I don't even think about it, and maybe that's what it is. Maybe I just don't think about it, so I don't have them, and then you sort of wake up next day and go, oh, I didn't have having pills yesterday. That was good. Oh, I was really glad I didn't have pills yesterday. And I think that's how it all started with me like that, as I try not to take them when I can. And the longer you can sort of forget to take them, and it's a bit weird to try and say it like that, that's not what I mean, but the longer you can not take them for, that's when it becomes easier to not to have to rely on them. I honestly think sometimes people take them not necessarily just because they're in pain, but because you do get that bit of escape from reality. You're working, you're sitting at home, you're in pain, you think, I'll just take these tablets and I'll be comfortable for a couple of hours, or 6 hours or whatever, however long it kicks in. Mine, if I take them day and night, as I'm supposed to, I'll basically, if I take them first in the morning, for the first hour and a half, nothing really happens, but then suddenly they start to kick in as a slow release. So by about 2 hours after I take them, so take them at 6 morning, if I take them at 6, by the time it's 8:30 or something like that, I'm sort of really feeling the effects of them, and then I just float on little bubbles and little waves until about sort of 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, and then you're sort of getting ready to hit the pillow pretty soon, so you take your next lot and you go through all night. So and the funny thing is, let me know if you guys feel this as well, that if I do take my pain meds at night, I struggle to sleep, or to get good sleep, I should say. It's I wore my Fitbit the other night to track my sleep, and I had one of the worst sleeps I had when I'm on my pain meds, and that to me is a bit bizarre because they make you feel so groggy and dopey. And you know, during the course of the night I actually had the least REM sleep. I was awake more, and my sleep score was only like 60 something %. And for us, you know, that's probably not the greatest thing to have. You know, we'd really want to have a sleep score much higher than that. So if any of you guys have the same thing with that, just let me know in the comments, and yeah, we'll see what we sort of bring up with that. Because I would have expected, and you haven't, that, you know, I'd pass out. You know, mate, that's what I thought I used to do. Because I have them and I kind of sleep quite quickly. Well, I think I do, but obviously I'm not. So there you go. But good day, mate. So, you know, and I think probably that aggravates pain a bit as well. You have them and you go to bed. You think you're getting a great sleep, and you're not. So your body's not having time to repair. You know, and I think it's when we're in that really deep sleep state, is when our body does repair itself. So, morning. So I think that's maybe, yeah, I don't know. You know, sleep's a pretty important thing, and we all know that. But we know our body does repair and recover when we sleep. So I guess if we're not, then it's not repairing and recovering. Pretty simply, I suppose. Man, I'm feeling this today. I've want to put my shoes on for morning. I have to lift them up onto a chair. My feet, you know, I have to put my feet up on the chair, and so I can lean forward enough to tie them. G'day, mate. How you going? Yeah, pretty good, mate. Morning. So what's that big white dog there? Is he in screen yet? Can't see. Oh yeah, there he goes. He's a big Pyrenees mountain dog. He's got more energy than me. The dog, the old mate brings him down here, and that dog runs half the lake, and then, you know, and then sort of just walks abreast every time he's down here. But he's got a ramp for the dog to go up into the truck, and the dog looks at it sometimes. It's just nice stuff. You can pick me up and carry me now, and throw me in there. So every time he goes to bend down to pick up, the dog jumps in instead. So yeah, nice people. See, there you go. I've gone off track again because I'm not focusing real well. Okay, again, that's what this pain does to you. You can lose your focus really quickly. So you're on your pain meds and you lose your focus because you can't concentrate properly. And then when you're in pain, you can't focus properly sometimes. So it's a real balancing act. Shoes. So what I have to do is I have to put my shoes on the chair, and then I'll pick my foot up, you know, and put my shoe on when it's up on the chair. And I don't have to bend forward very far to tie my laces. I normally get away with that quite well, quite easily. But this morning's effort was not real good. I could actually feel it, so I was almost having to try and balance myself at the same time as I was tying my shoe up. And that's a bit unusual because it's right more down my left-hand side today that I was feeling all that. Whereas I normally have most of my pain down my right side, with, you know, flashes of it sort of down the left, and it can be a bit of grief that way. There we go. I'm out of the sun again. So yeah, so it's pretty unusual this morning. Really uncomfortable and very hard to tie up my shoelaces today. So that sort of stuff, as I say, it doesn't matter how well you think you're going. That can actually happen at weird times. So a plan B for that, I suppose, would be to have pull-on shoes. But I hate pull-on shoes. These slip-on shoes, I hate wearing them. I need to be tying my laces up. for some reason. It's almost like my little routine. If I don't do it, I don't feel as though I've dressed myself properly. But morning. Yeah, definitely got a running club coming round. Okay, back over here again. So here at this park, we've got these little bits of gym equipment around. Oh, there we go. Still haven't really. These little bits of gym equipment for doing sit-ups. You know, you can do some leg raises, that sort of thing. As you notice, I don't do any of that because I can't. Which is perfectly fine. I'd like to be able to do it, but I think I'm residing to the fact that I probably can't do those sort of exercises. I do some push-ups against the bench at home, only because it does actually help strengthen everything and loosen everything. Morning. And it just keeps your muscles working a little bit. But as I say, look, today with I won't even be able to do them today. I just know it. It's do you ever get the feeling sometimes that you're doing something and you know if you just push that little bit more, you know it's going to hurt and you know you're going to cause damage. Again, in the comments, if that happens to you, please let us know. And maybe someone's done that before and they've worked out a way to get around that, which would be awesome if someone could let us know that, or you know, if there's any pain specialists looking at this video at the moment, perhaps they can fill us in on whether that's the thing you can do. But that does happen. Morning.
Morning.
Morning. That certainly does happen. You know, like the old stretch routine we've spoken about before. You want to stretch, but you can't. You just know if you do, it's going to cause more damage. So that's the same as I was putting the shoes on this morning. It was actually hurting to the point where I really had to grab hold of something for leverage. G'day mate, how you going? I had to grab hold of something for balance. I was going to say for leverage, to keep my balance, and yeah, it's fairly uncomfortable. So I'll have to sort of take watch of that. Morning. And if it keeps happening, like over the next couple of days, I'll probably have to take some meds for a couple of days just to loosen everything up and see what it goes. I'm actually sort of wondering whether it might have been the cold weather, but I don't think it is. Here in the Gold Coast, we're pretty lucky. We've had our winter now. Our winters, I think the coldest day we had was 7 degrees. And it's normally only about 7 degrees for an hour or two. And then it warms up a bit. But in saying that, it has been pretty wet over the last few days, and that makes the air a bit cooler. So, you know, we'll maybe that's part of it. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just kind of waffling on here, guys. So I'll be looking forward to getting back there and downloading this onto my computer and seeing how the lens goes. I think because it doesn't necessarily focus on my head the whole time. Or not so close to it anyway. So it'll be interesting. Morning.
Good morning.
Oops, no, focus right out. But this is the lens I needed to get before I could do the interviews with other people, because now we can at least get 2 people on the camera at the one time, and that will allow us to be able to talk to these people and have our conversations with them. So perhaps if any of you have got any questions that you'd like to sort of ask the physio that you're not real sure about, apart from, you know, anything personal, of course, just like your pain questions or that, then drop them in the comment section and I'll do up a little list and we'll be able to speak to the pain specialist then, and you know, hit them up with some questions that I might not think to ask them. You know, it's going to be interesting because I've never actually interviewed a person. I was going to say on camera before, but I've never really interviewed a person, full stop, you know. So it will be interesting to find that out. So yeah, if you have any questions you'd like me to ask them for you, as I say, put them in the comments and we'll get them together, and that way, you know, some of those things you might have wanted to ask people that you hadn't for some reason, or haven't had the opportunity, will probably get answered for you.
I know. I didn't think there was much room.
It's
I suppose it's wider. So
it's a really open-ended book. This whole problem with chronic pain.
because I'm like,
As I said before, people don't see you with it.
and then I'm like,
You know, if your arm's in plaster, you can see it. If you know, if you're
yes.
up to your neck in water, people can see it. But when you're suffering with chronic pain, quite often, well, people can't see it quite a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
They might see you screw your face up every now and then, and they might see you or hear you whinge about it.
Georgie coming down?
But what they don't see is the days.
1 o'clock last night.
Morning.
Morning.
What they don't see is the days where you wake up and the pain's that bad that you're feeling really sick. You know, you just feel like vomiting, and or you just, you know, some days you might even feel like having a cry with it. And this is the thing. This is what I mean by it's an open sort of book, chronic pain, because it's, you know, if you can't see it, it doesn't exist. And I think still some medical practitioners and that think the same thing. You know, if I can't see it, then you haven't got it. You know, I'm certainly there's people out there that play on it. So again, it's one of those things that, you know, I have it. I've had it now for, here we go. No, that's not going to work. Okay, you're going to get flushed out in a second. I've had it for 13 years and I know I've got it. There's other people that have had it for a lot longer than me, and they probably cop the same crap from people. So that'd be another great topic to put on and have a chat about sometime in the comments or whatever. Have you had those experiences where people just don't believe you? People think you're talking through your bum because, you know, no, there's nothing wrong with you. You look all right. So, you know, that could be another good little topic to get started. Discussions, and then we can find out how some people deal with that. I've had it, I think I said before, I've had it with my disabled label. You know, people have just glared at me because they see me getting out of the car. But what they don't see is 20 minutes later or 10 minutes later, when my back gives out, that I struggle to get back to the car. You know, there's been times when I've been shopping, I've actually basically had to lean on the trolley and just let the trolley take me back. So chronic pain is there. Chronic pain's real. Chronic pain's horrible. But it's life altering. It's mind altering. And it creates issues in amongst families and friends. My wife reminded me one time of some friends of ours. They're a great group of people. Never once did they not believe me that I had an issue. But we were leaving their house one night after a barbecue, and we're just standing out front having a bit of a chat, you know, as you do. And I dropped my keys. You know, happens. But what wasn't expected was the looks that I got from the guys and the girls when they see me trying to bend down to pick them up. Because, you know, it's not like you can just bend down and grab them. You know, hang on, here we go. Yeah, sun's a weird spot here. They all just sort of looked at me, and a couple of them just went, "Shit, we didn't realise your injury was quite like that. We thought it was just a sore back sort of thing, you know. We knew you had it, but we didn't expect it like that." So again, you know, that's some people that knew me quite well, knew I had the injury, but they didn't realise sort of how debilitating it can get. Yeah, g'day guys and girls. This is just a quick add-on to the video that you're just watching. This is about 2 weeks later. I was getting ready to record that video, and sort of going along, enjoying nattering away, hearing my own voice, and I realised that the video had stopped recording sort of about a few minutes before I finished. So it's just brief, just a quick catch up on that. I just got through saying how my friends had, some of my friends had seen me picking up the keys and that sort of thing, and they didn't realise that my back was in sort of like the state that it's in. And you know, so they were quite good friends. So yeah, I guess I'm just my finish off point for that video was more so to say that unless you let people know about your problem, people can't see it. So, and I've said before, you know, please excuse this, if you're missing an arm or a leg, people can see that, but they can't see the mental struggles you go through or the physical struggles you go through with back injuries or, you know, joint injuries, hips, knees, all those other sorts of things. So yeah, don't be afraid to sort of tell your friends and your family and that how you're feeling with it. As you can see, I'm just sitting down here at Lake again. So just, yeah, let people know how you're feeling. They can't tell, they can't see it, and you know, most blokes, we try and hide it for one reason or another. So unless you let people know, they don't see it, you know. And I do get those looks and that sort of thing when I get out of the car, but that's a whole nother video. So that's all I wanted to finish off was that you know, people might know they won't know how bad it is unless you can sort of try and help them out with that, to sort of let them know. So okay, look, I'll end it there. Will be another video going up in a little while after this one. The reason being, we're moving at the moment, so it's a bit hard to sort of get the energy to come down and have a chat when you're sort of trying to work out about boxes and that sort of thing. Okay, so look, stay safe, be kind to one another, and we'll talk to you real soon. Okay, bye now.